A Habbo Cola machine is 50 credits in Habbo Origins. Now, if you want to buy a club sofa, that will cost you 4 cola machines as of day 4. So why is the club sofa so expensive, and will the cola machine rise or fall? Looking at the prices, 1000 credits is £55, and what about Habbo Club, where you get the club sofas from? That is £4.19, and for every month you buy on a new character, you will get a club sofa. This means that 20 cola machines is worth £55 in raw credits, and Habbo Club sofas are worth £84 worth of memberships, assuming you buy 1 month memberships. That is a price difference of about 40%, so if there were no other variables at play, then we would be seeing things like 7 cola machines for 5 Habbo Club sofas, but that's not the case. We are seeing up to 20 cola machines for 5 HCs. So what else is at play here that makes people think that cola machines are not worth as much as the credits people are paying for them? The reason why Habbo Club sofas have so much value attached to them is because they're seen as the de facto currency. Because in this version of the game we have no credits that we can trade, instead we have to find an item that will retain its value, and that item is the club sofa. This item is always available to obtain. All you have to do is make a new account and pay £4.19 and you will get a club sofa. This means that the club sofa is always tied to real life currency. It's not going to fluctuate. Let's take the cola machine for example. Yes, it does cost 50 credits. Yes, we do know how much 50 credits cost in real life money right now. However, when the cola machine goes out of the marketplace, we no longer know how much this machine is worth because new variables come into play. We have the fact that there's no more cola machines coming into the hotel for the time being. People might start hoarding the item. They might decide that other rares are better, which will in turn make the cola machine less valuable because the demand is now lower and people are seeking the newer rare. This will make people sell off the cola machines for cheaper in order to get the new item, and suddenly this item used for trading, it's not stable anymore. The difference with the club sofa is it's always available and it's always tied to the exact same amount of money, and this makes the club sofa effectively credits. You always know how much it's worth, it's tethered to the price of HC and people can always get them, and if you think of it that way, a Habbo Club sofa is money. It's not going to depreciate unless they release credits, but people aren't expecting that. To recap so far, the club sofa is stable. You even get a smiley face. I mean, the sofa is green. It personifies stable. The cola machine, even though it's green, it's risky. It's got so many more variables that can dictate its value. Off the top of my head, these are the 2 things that make the cola machine quite risky. Number 1, trading HCs is a one-way street, and what I mean by that is you can trade HCs for any rare, but you will struggle to trade rares for rares when HCs are not involved. It's unlikely that you're going to be trading your cola machines for, various other rares, because people don't like the fluctuation in demand. You always know with a Habbo Club sofa that you're going to be able to quickly buy rares with it. People know that that currency is good, they can accept that item and offload it quickly because everyone sees it as currency. Cola machines, however, you have to find someone that actually wants it, and who knows where the demand is going to be in the future, and this inherently reduces the price, the volatility of it. So the Habbo Club sofa will always be the base currency that people are looking to stick to. So here's my opinion on the future value of the cola machine. I believe that the cola machine will never surpass the value of the club sofa. It's a kind of bold opinion. I can't guarantee that this is correct, but my reasoning behind this is that the first week rare, everybody is very eager to buy it. You need to buy it in order to trade. You have to. So people buy the cola machines so that they can buy HC gifts and Habbo Club sofas and everything else, and so that they can trade. In the future, people already have a stockpile of rares. I have my cola machines here. if I want to get some liquidity, if I want some club sofas. I no longer have to buy the rare from the catalogue in order to sell, in order to get something going. I can just dip into what I already have. I think this means that in the future people will probably buy less of future rares, and should something like the Dragon Egg come out into the catalogue, people will buy a lot of them. Even if the same amount of Dragon Eggs get sold in the catalogue as the Cola Machine, I still think that the Dragon Eggs would be worth like twice as much, just because of their historic value, the fact they're stacked very well and they look very good. And this will reduce the price of the Habbo Cola Machine. I would say that 3 Cola Machines per HC was a very good deal. It's currently at 4 or 5, and I still think that's probably about correct. I do think that once a few rotations of rares have happened, I think Cola Machines will be considered a lower value rare, especially if we see turntables, Dragon Eggs, Thrones, Petal Patches and the like. People will want to get rid of these to get them, and people will no longer have much of a vested interest in Cola Machines at all. There's just far too many of them to ever be considered super rares in my opinion, but we shall see how it develops. That's just my opinion. If Habbo suddenly grows 20 times in size, all of those people that missed out on the Cola Machine, yes, maybe it will go up. But let's be conservative here and let's assume that this influx of new players, the thousands of new players all buying credits, let's assume that that was a huge spike, and perhaps even the biggest spike of single credit purchases the hotel will ever see in 1 week or 1 month. Now it's time for the fun bit. I'm going to guess what I think is going to happen to the Cola Machine. Please don't take this as advice or even speculation. It's worse than speculation. I'm basically wildly guessing. I have no idea what's going to happen. There's too many variables at play here, but this is my guess. I think when the first rare comes out in about 4 to 8 weeks time, what's going to happen is the colas will go down in value even more as people scramble to get this new rare. They want the HC sofas, they want the new rare, and they're going to trade the colas to get them. I think then over 6 months the cola will start to recover as people start to see it as an investment item. But then as new rares keep coming out, I think people realise that the Cola Machine isn't going to propel itself to a very good rare. People probably don't need this many across the hotel. People's just going to be hoarding them. Maybe if some crazy guy starts hoarding like thousands of them, it might boost the price up, but I do think in a year's time it is going to settle at around what it is now. So I think it's going to improve to like 2.5 colas and then get worse from there on out. So the Cola Machine, doomed to fail? I wouldn't go that far, but I don't think it's ever going to be a super rare as such. I would just keep it if you like it, but don't expect it to blow up in value